Welcome into Making Magic Tarot. We're going to do another pick a card reading. Today we're going to talk about the upcoming 3 months for you individually. So this is general, so do keep that in mind. And it's meant to pertain to the following 3 months for you, specifically beginning around when you're guided or drawn to this video, even if you're watching it in the middle of the current month for you. So apply it as you may. It doesn't just follow when I post it, but I do more than appreciate the love and support, the likes, comments, and of course subscriptions to the channel if you haven't done so already. But we have 3 piles, as you can see. I pre-pulled some elemental oracle and some tarot, and I think we're going to shift on forward and pull some tea leaf for each one, as well as some small everyday tarot. But you can see we have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So take a moment, whether it's due to your intuition or closing your eyes and looking at the one for you once or multiple times. Take a moment and choose the pile for you. Hi, pile number 1. This is your pile. So we're going to begin and see what we got for the pre-pulled cards. We're beginning with completion. Completion. I feel as if there's going to be some clarity gained in the next upcoming 3 months for you, as I'm drawn to this puzzle piece in regards to potentially what's missing, why something, if not multiple situations, regardless of what that is for you, why that came to an end, potentially seeing levels of success and even, I want to say, comfort, victory for oneself because you left something behind with a sense of courage. Could have been a tower moment where it felt out of your control, but I do feel like all the meanwhile, some of which drawn to this specific pile might be needing to expect or just adapt to go with the flow when it comes to a different completion in this 3-month period. But we also have attraction. And so this upcoming set of months shows you evidence, and for some even reminds you that you are able to let go of the past, let go of what's not aligned with you anymore, and attract and magnetize what's more so fitting for you at this point along your individual path. So a sense of co-creation with spirit, a sense of you being very powerful as an individual at this point and able to manifest what you want, what you desire, what you need, and just what again feels more fitting for you individually. Let's center these. So yeah, I feel like it's gonna be, if you look at these images, a very magical next 3 months for you, where I wouldn't be surprised if you feel a strong connection to spirit, to, I want to say, especially the universe. And I sense that early morning, late night sort of work or accomplishments, realizations come to be for you individually. There's a sense of when the sun isn't up, there's important occurrences and accomplishments taking place. But we have the 3 of Pentacles for the first of the 2 tarot pre-pulled. So the next 3 months shows you that you deserve the attention. I feel like the completion that's working out for you from the recent past or the past in general, and even potentially again what is needing to be completed at this time, is gaining you levels of attention. I feel like people are noticing how good looking you are, how you're feeling, how you're different and changing. But I do feel as if people are noticing you for your talent or talents all the meanwhile. That's just a side note. In Spirit saying we need to acknowledge and accept that our ability to attract, once again, to draw in and manifest who and what's meant for us at this point along our path, that's a talent, period. Not everybody can do that as efficiently as I feel like you being drawn to this reading. But I do feel like there may be moments in the next 3 months where, in the midst of this attention, succeeding, endings and new beginnings being highlighted in your mind, heart, and soul, in your external reality, needing to potentially decide what you want moving forward, right? You might have a sense of some of which, but then there's a moment or two, if not several moments in the next 3 months where Spirit's pushing you to say, it's okay that I don't fully get what I want, or know what I want, rather, but I do need to figure out, do I want to proceed with this individual, dating them? Do I want a commitment in love? Do I want a new job? Do I want a new living situation? You name it. It could be a multitude of things for you, but there's a sense of you being able to acquire what you desire and need all the meanwhile once again. So you might just need to figure out what that is, or what else that entails for you. But look at that, the Nine of Cups. And so in the midst of all of which taking place, you might find that in the first parts of these next 3 months, you figure out what you want, or even it could be in regards to what you already know you want or desire or need stepping into these 3 months, and you gain a wish fulfillment. So that's one of the biggest things that they're highlighting in the next few months for you, is deserving the gaining of this wish fulfillment. I do feel like there's a part of you that knows what you're doing, and so you might be at a job or running your business, or when it comes to living your life in general, day to day, a little bit of a stubborn vibe in spirit's eyes. So you might want to, or you're being advised rather, to just kind of keep an open mind, even if you don't end up utilizing any advice or anything you gain observation wise, right? Just keep an open mind. But let's continue and pull some small everyday tarot. What else do we have for pile number 1? Flopping onto the ground, the Nine of Pentacles. So the number 99 coming out. I truly feel like you are somebody who's quite independent at this point, and that's gaining you attention. That's helping you do what you need to do very efficiently, even bond with people quite efficiently. I feel like for a lot drawn to this pile, there's new people flowing in, right? And I do feel like you're being reminded, just because you prioritize your money and career, or just other aspects of your life, doesn't mean you don't deserve and you won't gain true levels of romance and love and success in that sense, right? Moving forward. And so don't be surprised if you're loved on in the next 3 months in certain ways, or by one particular person. They're saying some of which drawn to this pile want to be taken care of. If you want to be that person that takes care of somebody else, so be it. But it feels like all the meanwhile, there won't be a shortage of you taking care of oneself and kind of keeping things in order. That's the vibe I'm getting. But if there's one, if not multiple situations you don't see as ideal, or have certain complications, irritations wrapped up in it for you individually, making something harder, I want to say at times, there's a need to keep the hope alive, because it feels like things are working out for you. The fruits of your labor are very evident, right? If you look at those grapes, they're saying time to bite into your harvest. So I do feel like that could help lead you towards a change, if not multiple, to live a more comfortable or easier life for oneself, right? But I do feel like regardless, you'll be a hardworking soul. And it feels like, just for a multitude of reasons, once again, you're being noticed for somebody who is good looking, they're saying a stunning personality, a bit of a quirky vibe to all the meanwhile, someone who's very spiritually connected, I feel, but at the very least, very intuitive. And Spirit's saying you deserve the ability to acquire what you desire and what you need all the meanwhile, once again. So allow for this reading to remind you that when this one, if not multiple wish fulfillments, feels like one in particular comes in the next 3 months, allow for oneself to feel so damn happy. All right, you deserve it. And it just feels like the next 3 months sets things in motion for you. And again, it's a very magical time where, even though all the puzzle pieces aren't falling into place, say in the next 3 months in particular, it feels like one, if not multiple, are, right? And you're starting to see the bigger picture and how things can unravel in a more ideal way for oneself. So eat up the attention, right? But also honor the need for your alone time, your hermit mode, all the meanwhile, and just do what you have to do, because this next 3 months, very successful, all right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light, and I'll see you next time. Hi, pile number 2, welcome in. Let's jump right into the pre-pulled cards and see what the next 3 months entails for you individually. We're beginning with creation, the water card. Beautiful. So I feel like there's a need for you to ride the waves towards more success, potentially change for some being drawn to this reading. I need to keep the hope alive. I feel like you're very spiritually connected and you'll feel that presence at times, but I also feel like there's going to be a lot of synchronicities. But don't be surprised when the next 3 months you were able to, I don't want to say more so, I don't want to easily, in an easier manner, but I feel like you just simply are going to be creating more than you have been. It's this feeling that you are feeling inspired, creative ideas coming to be, solutions even, creative solutions coming to be, feeling very fast-paced for the most part in the next 3 months, but then needing to slow it down and find that balance, reground oneself. And I feel like there's a need to prioritize and protect your inner peace through all of the busyness, through some of the imperfections and disturbances that could potentially threaten your inner peace, okay? It's priority number 1. But I do feel like all the meanwhile with the change card, Spirit's saying flow with just kind of the same sort of imagery. Flow with the winds of change while riding the waves towards better for oneself. You might find things improving without having to put full or any effort towards it. It may feel like Spirit's working behind the scenes or has been for a while, and therefore things are happening more so in your favor. I do feel like there's a need to simplify your mind at certain points in the next 3 months because whether it's, again, Spirit speaking through your thoughts, it could just be your own mind at times rolling around, right, nonstop. Meditation will definitely come in handy, and you get that vibe from this imagery here. But I do feel like some of what's drawn to the reading, or to this pile rather, have a very angelic presence, and that's being definitely noticed by those who view your content online, who see you out and about, who are connecting with you in general. They're saying who work with you as well. But look at this, naturally the Emperor coming out, because this talks about you in a bold, confident manner, creating, developing, getting things done, accomplishing. It feels like a very conquering vibe about you being drawn to this pile. In the next 3 months, there's no shortage of this passion, this drive, a very chariot kind of vibe as well, to move forth towards more. You see growth come to be for oneself with what you've been working on, even your individual soul growth, right? You see improvements when it comes to your well-being or your overall looks. You see money flowing in, love coming to be, and it feels like you're more motivated, kind of getting hungry in a sense to see more of whatever it is for you coming magically to be within your external reality or within you. Does that make sense? I feel as if this is the next 3 months for you where you're being reminded past change, current day change, and moving forward is meant to lead you towards less stress, okay, less abrupt behavior or energy, more comfort for oneself. I feel like regardless of what pile people are choosing, there's a consistent theme of needing to feel comfortable wherever you're living, working, who you're wrapped up with. I feel like you're going to be seeing the truth in certain situations, a sense of clarity coming in for some in regards to what you left behind or what didn't work out in your favor or left you a bit disappointed. They're saying for some, a person who left you, but I do feel like either way, in the midst of what you're still wrapped up with or beginning in the midst of the next 3 months, you're seeing clarity and a sense of knowing coming to be within oneself in regards to whatever that is for you, all right? And Spirit's saying, well, don't you deserve the peace? Don't you deserve the ability to co-create, to manifest, to create, develop, and put your talents to use in a peaceful manner? Okay, so that's why these changes are flowing as you're evidently seeing these winds of change work to your advantage, all right? They're saying, so the next 3 months reminds you, change is the name of the game for you. Beautiful. What else do we have from the Small Everyday Tarot? They're saying is honestly, as honest as you can be, you need to be honest with oneself at times, okay? When it comes to your habits, when it comes to who to steer clear of, what you actually need to be prioritizing, because there's this reminder in the next 3 months that just as much as if people, including you, wanted to make time to bond with other people, to make the effort, you would, even if you're extremely busy and have a lot on your plate. The same goes for whatever you wish to or feel the need to accomplish, all right? If you choose to, you'll prioritize it, okay? Or you'll squeeze it in, pencil that person or that situation in when it comes to your busy schedule, all right? But your innate ability to manage, to prioritize, to get things accomplished once again, it's naturally being highlighted. But I just feel like with the Temperance card for the center here, there's a need to have patience, to balance things out. But it's the sense of at times needing to have patience in regards to a continuation of change or just one, if not multiple, coming to be in the next 3 months. But this is to bring you more comfort, more balance all the meanwhile. Does that make sense? And I'm being drawn to this crown. I feel like you're being viewed in a very high honored light, even if you can't fully grasp that or see that 24/7 or at all in the next 3 months. But I do feel like people are going to be praising you, complimenting you. But I'm also now getting a faraway land, a faraway land. I feel like there's thoughts, dreams, fantasizing, daydreaming in regards to where you would rather be, what would be more ideal for you. I feel as if, look at this, You're being viewed as somebody who's very knowledgeable, wise, and just has it going on, knows what they're doing at this point along their path. But I feel like for the majority drawn to this pile, energy does affect you, and you are going to need to cope with that to the best of your ability. But I'm not surprised to see the Seven of Pentacles coming out, because the next 3 months highlights the fact that at times you can be observed by spirit, by other people, even by oneself, as a bit of a workaholic, somebody who gets the job done and stays busy at times a little bit too much, and needs to remember again to find the balance. Don't burn oneself out. But also with the Emperor, are you having fun? It's like you are very overly serious and dedicated and mature and responsible in regards to what, again, needs to be accomplished and where you wish to head, what you wish to see successful. But are we enjoying oneself? We know that can affect whatever it is for you that you're working towards, creating, developing in a positive light. Yeah, we have the King of Wands and the Two of Pentacles, as well as the Death card and the Judgment. Yeah, you might need to be honest with oneself in regards to what needs to come to an end. Okay, in regards to why something did come to an end. It feels like Spirit's going to be honest with you either way, but it feels like the next 3 months highlights the fact that you can have a nice balance of passion, focus, and a lack of stress all the meanwhile. It just feels like as well you're going through this balancing act, but you're doing it so damn well. But again, just beware of burning oneself out. You might, in the midst of saying goodbye to somebody or something, or even say that's more past energy, having to now choose between a couple, if not a few, new options. And Spirit saying, tap into that intuition. You've got this. You know what to do from here on out. You have the answers within, so tap into that innate ability to connect with your higher self, your intuition, and Spirit will step in when need be, if they so choose. But I feel as if at times you might be pushed to just do without the spiritual guidance, to trust yourself, okay? It just feels like a very busy next 3 months for you. We're getting a lot done. Again, have patience, find the balance, and flow, ride the waves, and flow with the winds of change, all right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your next 3 months, and I'll see you next time. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome into your selection. Let's jump right into the pre-pulled cards to see what the next 3 months entails for you. We're beginning with the Joy card, music, beautiful energy. I do feel like there's a free-flowing way about you, but a hard-working way about you all the meanwhile. I do feel like naturally with this card being your first one out, your connection to music will take a bit or a full highlight. You could be a musician. It could be just a chance for you to, at certain points in the next 3 months, to get a release, to even gain certain messages from Spirit. But I do feel like all the meanwhile, there's this vibe where you're dancing with life, and it's a more joyful period for you than one would even expect stepping into it. And in comparison to, I want to say, the previous 3 months, or even just rewinding back, it feels like you are taking care of oneself, and that's making you happier. You could have a sense of romance and love entering your life, or growing, and that's making you happy. I feel like the success through your career, regardless of what you're wrapped up with, for you individually, could be more than one situation. That's making you happy. But I do feel like for some, you might need to begin or continue to utilize music for your work. Interesting. And that might entail picking back up something you implemented once upon a time or utilized. But we also have comfort, the Hearth card. So I do feel like naturally with these two cards, it's the next 3 months that highlights the fact that you deserve and are meant to prioritize, regardless of what you have at hand and are wrapped up with, to prioritize your happiness and your comfort, your joy and comfort. I do feel like there's going to be some priceless moments with family and or friends, with dating, some nice evenings out. I do feel like there's a true desired, truly desiring at certain points in the next 3 months the comfort of your home situation, or potentially a new one with more comfort. But either way, I do feel like you'll be able to relax, replenish, and just rewind at certain points, and be a bit of a hermit when you so desire it, or when it's needed the most. I do feel like there's true levels of warmth. Now, you could take that literally, right? Whether it's due to the weather or having to warm up due to it. But I do feel like there's warmth of connecting with people, connecting with animals, the connection of music for you drawn to this pile, will bring you a sense of warmth all the meanwhile. I feel like even certain songs or albums might draw you back to a specific chapter of your life, and that's of importance as well. But they're saying don't glorify. Don't glorify. That's not going to do you any justice in regards to making the best out of where you're at and moving forward in what you're meant to acquire. But I feel like there's, okay, some of which you're getting a new car for oneself in the next 3 months. I got that specifically. But the 10 of Cups, because I do feel like naturally there's a sense of you thinking about your happily ever after when it comes to love, when it comes to family, when it comes to your home life. Could just be one or multiple of what I mentioned. But I do feel like people are inspired by you. People feel a comfort when it comes to your energy in the next 3 months. And that might just be in general. So I wouldn't be surprised if you have healing energy. But it's this feeling that when you feel most comfortable connecting with one, if not multiple people in the next 3 months, it says wonders in regards to the fact that you're able to better select who to stick with and who to bring on board, right? Give it a seat, a chance to sit with you moving forward on this crazy ride known as your life at times. Even when that ride sort of slows down and you have those more simplistic moments. And I feel like in the midst of some of which you may be reminded that when you're able to sit in silence with somebody, regardless of what kind of connection that could be or is, that's such a good sign if you both are feeling quite comfortable or even just you. So I feel like that's going to come through at one, if not multiple points in the next 3 months. The number 11 spiritually coming into play, look that up. But the 6 of Wands, it feels like there's true levels of victory for you specifically in the next 3 months. And this will give you a sense of joy on top of it all, right? I mean, we did mention the victories in love and connecting with people and when it comes to your career. But it just feels like this victory is going to look different for each soul drawn to this pile. But I feel like there's a sense of you wanting to charge forth in a balanced manner towards more, and you deserve that all the meanwhile. It just feels like you're being reminded in the next 3 months, you deserve the best in all areas of your life, and you shouldn't settle, even if you once have or just, it's been a long time coming. I just heard I want more for myself. I want more for myself. We have the 3 of Cups. We're going to put this in the middle. It just feels like there's levels of celebration when you're connecting with one, if not multiple other people in the next 3 months, even within your hermit mode. That is absolutely possible to be celebrating when you are in your lonesome, right? That doesn't have to be a negative thing in the way I worded it. In your solitude, let's label it. But it does feel like, look at this, there is a very musical kind of dancing, almost in a circle kind of way about that imagery. I feel as if there are going to be moments of magic and certain occurrences and successes once again in the next 3 months that just light you up with a sense of happiness, right? I feel this kind of, it's not like you're grinning or just smiling so big from ear to ear, and you might be at certain points for whatever reason or reasons, but I kind of am getting this sort of gentle smile where it's like, I deserve this peaceful happiness, right? I feel like you do desire that sort of spark, that excitement at certain points, and you could go after or just see that come to be either way. But for the most part in the next 3 months, do expect that level of peaceful, genuine happiness that you might have been missing for a while, or just felt came and went, and it just felt like it wasn't a complete consistency in that sense. I also feel like your connection to the moon and the sun is what they're saying, but mainly the moon is going to take a highlight for one reason or another. It may help you manifest, or you might just come to a remembrance sort of moment or realization, or both, when you are feeling connected to the moon. And you don't have to be looking at it for that to come to be. We also have the King of Swords and the Page of Wands. This came out in one of the other piles. I feel like you're being reminded that you don't need to feel overwhelmed or over exuding oneself or overly excited to have that passion in your situation or multiple. And I feel like there may be a passionate new beginning even in a situation that's continuing for you individually, that is leaving you needing to remember you have what it takes, knowledge wise, experience wise, wisdom wise, to make this successful. They're saying a powerful type of applying that will leave this for you improving exponentially if it's continuing, or just leaving you with more joy and success and passion all the meanwhile. But I do feel like either way, I sense that this will in certain ways improve your life. Beautiful. However that works for you. I feel like you're being viewed as a star in the next 3 months. Okay. And there's a focus on the fact that you're seeing what you desire come to be and giving you that sense of victory and joy all the meanwhile. What else do you want? It can come to be. It just feels like your world is going to be changing even more so moving past this next 3 months. But you see evidence of the fact that your world is changing all the meanwhile. And it feels like you might be reminded that certain endings, whether you desire them, they came to be already, this came up in another reading as well, will lead you towards more comfort, more success, and the wheel churning in your favor. Absolutely beautiful. So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your next 3 months, and I'll definitely see you next time.